What is going on, Nissan Nation? Thanks for joining us here on the Nissan Nation podcast YouTube. And if you haven't done it yet, like and subscribe what we do. Anytime you like these videos, and especially if you're a Nissan enthusiast, there's, versus other brands, we could be up and down in the YouTube lands, but this helps get Nissan talk up. So if you hit that thing that looks like this, just smash that thing and subscribe too, because what that does is it allows us to fund the podcast and do more travel trips, honestly, and go cover more of your events. But we got SEMA news, guys. We have Nissan coming strong this year. They've each year they've kind of done a little bit, but they've each year it's like they just take the next step with SEMA, and they partner with some cool companies. So let's get it with it, and we'll talk about what they've done. So, Nissan Global Time Attack TT370Z. So you see that in that picture. It's a race car. It's a Nissan Z race car. So let's get into this. This 750 horsepower 370Z Z1 Motorsports collaboration is a partnership between Z1 and Nissan's motorsports team. The plan was to give a vehicle for the Time Attack racing season. And those that don't know, we interviewed a guy a few episodes back on the audio podcast that does the global time attack or the Time Attack stuff, and they just have fun, racing. And who doesn't like racing, right? But let's see. As the body work was underway of this 370Z VQ Series 3.7 liter DOHC V6 engine was completed, prepped and including a Garrett GTX 3076 turbocharger, new fuel management and electronic systems, Z1 racing exhaust, an HGT precision 6-speed sequential transmission, a Tilaton custom clutch, Nismo GTR Pro 1.5 way differential to help all that power get to the ground. The Z, we all know the Z's pretty old, so it's anything like this, like kind of keeps it in the attention for a little bit. They're selling about 200 Z's a month, so anything they can do to continue that for a little bit when the next Z comes out, which we're gonna have news on that down the road. So I am hearing some things about that. So the next vehicle, this one warms my heart, is the Nissan Frontier Desert Runner. We all know the Frontier is it's well past its prime, man. But till they can get the next the third gen Frontier out there and ready to go, you got to create some excitement for the brand still, right? So let's get into this. The name Nissan Desert Runner is familiar to fans of Nissan's popular midsize pickup, the Frontier. As one of 5 available Frontier models, Desert Runner offers a special package for off-road style features, which includes an affordable 4x2 configuration. But there's never been a Frontier Desert Runner like this one, making its debut at the 2019 SEMA show. As you can see, this thing is actually built. It's built very well. I wouldn't call it competition ready, because there's a few things it's lacking to be actual kind of Baja-y, best in desert racer, but it's pretty damn close. Whether it be the engine, that 5.6 liter turbocharged, that's right, turbocharged engine. Let's see. Let's go through that engine, because that tripped me out. So I know my buddy over at Driven Desires, Brennan Becker, he had a lot to do helping get this thing converted. I want to say shout out to him before we go. But let's see. So the big V8 underwent complete race spec rebuild, including an addition of a Garrett GTX 3584RS turbocharger, custom intercooler, Jim Wolf Technologies camshafts, pistons, and valves, MA Motorsports custom turbo header and exhaust system. The engine is 600 horsepower plus 700 foot-pound of torque. That's ridiculous. That's like, I don't know how you would ever, like, to put that on pavement would be like nuts. And it's matched with a V8 in a 6-speed manual transmission with Jim Wolf Technologies clutch and lightweight flywheel. So a lot of that was helped by my buddy Brendan over there at Driven Desire. So if you're interested in ever converting your Frontier or Nissan Xterra into a V8, go hit up Driven Desires, man. They can help you with that. The suspension makeover. This is kind of interesting because this suspension was, I won't say in part developed by Danny, but it's the same suspension that they were developing for his race Xterra. So that's pretty damn cool. BTF Fabs long travel front suspension kit with King Racing triple bypass front shocks and coilovers, rear King triple bypass shocks, and Giant Motorsports Link killer leaf springs. The Desert Runner, it rides on Turbomac HD wheels, 37-inch BF Goodrich Baja TA tires. It's just awesome. This whole thing was fabricated by MA Motorsports out of I believe Maryland is where they're out of. I mean, look, for one, the color of this thing. Why Nissan doesn't build a truck in this color for the Frontier, I don't know, because it is freaking amazing, and I drive that color all day long. I don't know what you guys think about it. And just the idea that Nissan would build, a racing Frontier like that, I think it's pretty cool, man. They could come out with some bolt-on stuff like what you're going to see at SEMA right now. Everything now his Jeep Gladiator bolt-on garbage. They all look the same right now, and I like the Gladiator. Don't get me wrong, but it's like the same bed racks and the same gas cans and everything just bolted right on that truck, and they're all on 40-inch tires. So not a lot of exciting there. So when you see Nissan come out with a Desert Runner like this, that's pretty exciting. Now, let's get to this one. I kind of like this one. So the Nissan Kicks Street Sport. I've been waiting for somebody to do this Kicks. I've been waiting for somebody to take a Kicks and kind of slam it a little bit and have some fun with it. All right, the Juke had a lot of potential, and there was a lot of people customizing the Juke, and I think overall the Juke with its little turbo was probably a little more fun engine to do this. But let's get into it. The Urban Dictionary defines kicking it as chilling out and relaxing. The term might need to be reconsidered when applied to the aggressive look and performance of the Nissan Kicks Street Sport. Maybe. I do like the car. So MA Motorsports team thing. They kicked up the stock 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine, fabricating and installing a custom turbocharger kit, which that is cool. The new system utilizes Garrett GT2255 turbochargers. I'm seeing a lot of themes with these builds. And Up Rev, they had their hand in with the ECU. It's got a Sparco SPX carbon bucket seats, those look really cool in it. Topping it off with the attention-grabbing body style and graphics. You see, yeah, they've done some fender flares and stuff on this. It really looks good, and it does show what you can do with these vehicles. Is this one to me as exciting as the other one? Not as much, but it's a newer vehicle and it's a platform that's going to be here for the next few years. So it is cool that Nissan is, wanting to kind of showcase that car a little bit. Now we got 2020 Titan. What Nissan has here is just a few accessories for the Titan. Nothing super exciting to me. They've got their step for the getting in the back of the truck. They've now added a handle that you can grab to get in the back of the truck. They've got some lightings it does on the mirrors, the bottom of the mirrors. It puts out the little Titan logo. I'm not a fan of that stuff. I'm sure somebody is, but it's just not for me. Let's see. They've got new all-season floor mats, rear bumper steps, sliding bed extender, tie-down cleats, mud flaps for the Pro 4X, sport bars. The illuminated kick plates is what they're calling that. Anyways, a bunch of little accessories, new hitch and stuff like that. That really wasn't that exciting, and they only have a little blurb about it in their news feed, so I think they know it wasn't super exciting. But if you you go look at, they've built I posted on our Instagram and Facebook last night that I was sent over by some of the people that helped build this. I was sent over the custom Titan that they did with the new Pro 4X. Somebody seems like they're listening because they changed the coloring and logo a little bit of the Pro 4X badging on the side of it. New bumpers front and rear. Of course, it's got the bed racks in it, and I forget what they called this, and something adventure. I'll have a link in the comment below, but this truck is cool. A supercharger on it, and the truck's already at 400 horsepower, so I'm kind of curious what 460, 480 maybe. That has to be a lot of fun. Like to hear that whine of that supercharger has to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't yet, go to our any of our social media pages. You'll find pictures of these vehicles where I'll start sharing them throughout the day, and definitely the one you'll know the tan front or tan Titan that I've posted, and there'll be more pictures of the supercharger and stuff on the 2020 Titan. I'm super excited, and I'm really super excited for. Did you see the dually? Now this was a partnership with Z1 Off-Road, which is I guess it's part of Z1 Motorsports in Atlanta. They added a dually to the back of a Titan, and they put a new rear end under it. And funny, it's got the 5-liter Cummins in it, but you know these things take time to build, so I'm sure that was that's what 2 months ago. So probably screwed with their time frame of that, but it is cool to see Nissan have a dually there. And I know a lot of our listeners and people have asked for that. Like, why do they not go full 2,500, 3,500 with this trucks? And let them know what you think of this dually. If you think, and don't go all nuts on them like, well, it's still got the same 5-liter diesel in it. They don't care about that motor anymore, guys. So you can whine all day long about it, and they're just going to be like, okay. Here's a picture of it. I find it to be super cool. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback on our social media pages about it. I really do like it. But Nissan wants this is how they do. They look for real world feedback of like, oh my God, that I would be interested in something like that. So if you can't afford a normal Titan, don't be in there. I would be a dually all day long because you're not helping Nissan at all. And really, ultimately, you're not helping yourself. But I find it to be cool. Let Nissan know what you think of all these builds. Go to, you can go to nissannews.com. They've got more detailed readouts of all these vehicles. And that's it, guys. So from all things Nissan here in Middle Tennessee to wherever you watch us on YouTube, once again, like and subscribe to what we do. If you like the content we're bringing, I know it's been a lot here lately. We've had a lot of news to talk about and a lot of breaking news. So from all things Nissan here in my living room, this is your Nissan Nation podcast, and I'm your host, David Boyd. Peace.